Fans, thanks for clicking today's Doretta D. Rose report. Missed a few days here, so I'm going to catch up with you on Royal Rumble. The reason I missed a few days is the furnace went out, and it's been out for 2 days. Won't be back in until tomorrow, so I'll have people down in here putting a new furnace in. So I may be late, but I'm going to try and get you guys a report up tomorrow. Might be late. I think they're supposed to be here about 9 o'clock, and I don't get up till about 9:15. So anyway. Hey, WWE Champion The Rock got on the mic after the Royal Rumble. I'll let you know how the Rumble comes out here in a few. I'm sure you know who won, but anyway. The event went off the air in Phoenix. The Rock said to referee Mike Chioda, told him to position himself in front of the WrestleMania 29 sign so the camera could get a shot of him, you know, with the sign saying WrestleMania. So anyway, Rock said, "Excuse me, but I'm talking to Phoenix." And the crowd just erupted as The Rock thanked everyone. And Rock closed the show by saying it felt good to be WWE Champion. WWE.com published an article, an exclusive video for the heavyweight champion Alberto celebrating with his father Darren Carreras. Anyways, backstage at the Royal Rumble after his successful title defense against Big Show. Tell you more on that here in a second. Rodriguez tweeted the following about the Royal Rumble, including Bret Hart giving him a pair of the classic shades that Bret Hart always hands out, and using duct tape to prevent Big Show from getting to his feet in Alberto's last man standing match. He says, "Those are awesome glasses from Bret Hart." And he says, "Alberto retaining the World Heavyweight Championship. Good old duct tape. Tonight was a great night." He says, "C." Tamina Snuka taking on Caitlyn match for the WWE Diva title was planned for the Royal Rumble, but was nixed when the final script for the show was laid out. They just don't have enough time. Why they can't go a little over? They don't. They want to end right on the money. And it's, as seen last night at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, the Shield attacked The Rock in the main event, and the Shield came from under the ring after the lights went out, by the way, and then hit triple powerbomb on The Rock, and then went back under the ring. Don't know if you know what happened on that, but I haven't watched it yet. I've got to watch the whole thing. But the way I understand, of course, The Rock lost, but Vince came out, was bitchy to no end, and restarted the match, and then The Rock wins. So he's champion. Anyway, noted earlier, WWE signed Chris Jericho to a short-term deal. Jericho's working full-time through WrestleMania 29, and multiple sources say. And following a feud, he's going to be feuding with Dolph Ziggler, believe it or not. Jericho is scheduled to turn heel again. Backstage talk of Royal Rumble is that Jericho's going to be facing Ryback at WrestleMania 29. That's not confirmed. They got all kinds of people wanting to take on Ryback. Okay. Here's how the people came in, but here's how they went out and who they were in order of the elimination. First one out, Santino Marella by Cody Rhodes. Drew McIntyre by Chris Jericho. Titus O'Neil by Sheamus. David Otunga by Sheamus. Goldust by Cody Rhodes. They won a match, of course, together. Brodus Clay by multiple people. And Tensai by, well, Kofi Kingston was involved in that. And Darren Young by Kofi Kingston, and Darren could be injured. Hang on a second. Kofi Kingston got eliminated by Cody Rhodes. Godfather by, yep, he was there, Dolph Ziggler. Heath Slater by John Cena. Cody Rhodes by John Cena. Rey Mysterio by Wade Barrett. Great Khali by Kane. Kane by Daniel Bryant. That ain't going to sit well. Daniel Bryant was eliminated. He landed on Kane on the outside. And thought, you know, Kane had saved him, and Kane just dropped him. Zack Ryder by Randy Orton. Antonio Cesaro by John Cena. Jinder Mahal by Sheamus. Wade Barrett by Bo Dallas. Yep, Bo Dallas was eliminated by Wade Barrett, who was already eliminated, by the way. So there's a little feud going there. Damian Sandow by Ryback. Sin Cara by Ryback. The Miz by Ryback. Chris Jericho by Dolph Ziggler. See, there's your feud going there. Randy Orton by Ryback. Ziggler by Sheamus. Sheamus by Ryback. And Ryback was eliminated by John Cena. So there, I thought, would be your next match. And it could be tonight. Speaking of Bret Hart, by the way, Hitman noted on Twitter that he was very proud of his catchphrase, and his finishing move, sharpshooter, was trending worldwide on after Royal Rumble on Twitter, I guess. And we reported, by the way, that The Rock had signed for a new movie called, believe it or not, The Teddy Bear, which is based off of illustration by software designer Alex Panaraboulos, something like that. The picture, which depicts a teddy bear protesting a sleeping child and fighting off an evil monster, is titled Sweet Halloween Dreams, and can be viewed, a little portion of it, on the internet. Anyway, Mick Foley announced that he's going to be appearing in an upcoming episode of the Nerdist podcast. In response to rumors that he would be appearing as a surprise entrance at the Royal Rumble, Sheldon Benjamin tweeted Sunday night that, hey, is the Rumble over? He said, how do I know? How did I do? He said, I don't know. Anyway, Benjamin was in Phoenix over the weekend and stayed at the same hotel as WWE crew, but only in town to work an independent show. And Chris Jericho tweeted the following about his surprise entrance. He said, fooled ya. One of the best nights of my career. He says, thank you guys. 47 minutes, 53 seconds. That's how long. Anyway, WWE.com contacted an exclusive backstage interview with Chris Jericho after the match. You can see it on there. Chris Jericho spoke about the significance of keeping his return a surprise and was interrupted by Dolph Ziggler. And Jericho says Ziggler got him fired last year, but he's now been rehired, and he's going to go on Ziggler's case day in and day out, every day, month, year ahead. I don't think he's been signed that long ahead. But Pro Wrestling Insider said WWE talent Brock Lesnar has been reportedly come to terms with 2-year extension deal. Brock Lesnar, his existing contract, of course, expires WrestleMania 29, and the deal will keep Lesnar working through WWE through WrestleMania 31. Got big plans for him. He'll only show up sometime and let us see him. You know, I mean, he kind of keeps himself a secret. It's cold in here. Can't see my breath, can you? I'll be glad you can't smell it. Jim Ross tweeted about last night's Royal Rumble pay-per-view. He said CM Punk restored importance to the WWE title. I enjoy the Rumble, he says. On pay-per-view, Road to WrestleMania will be revealing. Several talents stood out. Oh, by the way, he says, I have the flu, and I'm happy with the pay-per-view. He says, you? Steve Austin used to preach about the importance of WWE title. That meant a lot to the champion and WWE. Punk restored that feeling, Ross said last night. New Jericho, by the way, T-shirts out already. Darren Young may have been injured last night's Royal Rumble pay-per-view. He was eliminated. Referees threw up the X sign, and Young was helped to the back. Could be just an ankle or just depending on how he landed. MVP and Hurricane were two names that were rumored for WWE's Royal Rumble but didn't appear. Helms flew out to Phoenix on Sunday afternoon and returned home to North Carolina. Said they tweeted about the rumors. He says, MVP, it's humbling and flattering that so many people have expressed desire to see me back at WWE ring. He says, not yet, but thank you sincerely. And Helms said, love all the support from my Twittisons. Says, I'll step back in WWE ring one day. Timing is everything. Former NXT talent Kenneth Cameron, who was reportedly of the Ascension, recently filmed scenes for a movie called Best Buds 2D. Just thought I'd let you know. WWE.com called up with Bret Hart backstage last night's Royal Rumble. And Hart talked about some of the Rumble memories that, and made no mention of Alberto, though, who he endorsed earlier in a backstage segment, though. Adam Jones from the band Tool was sitting at ringside with his fiancée, Corin, at the Rumble in Phoenix. Jones had wedding proposals shown on the Titantron before he dropped to one knee Fans chanted yes as she accepted his proposal, which would have been a big-time embarrassing moment if she says, hell with you. And WWE website has video up of a reporter trying to get comments from Big Show after losing to Alberto at the Rumble, and Show grabbed the man, shoved him back, and told him never get in his face again. And the guy probably won't after that. All right, happy birthday to world champion Sheamus, 35 years old, former TNA wrestler Shark Boy, 38, two-time WSU Tag Team Champion Annie Social, 31. F4W Online reports that word coming as WrestleMania pay-per-view as officials are considering a Punk versus The Rock match at the Elimination Chamber. Rock's never been in an Elimination Chamber, so, and maybe he won't be this time if they're going to have the match together. The original plan was Rock to compete in the Chamber, and it could still change. The planned main event for WrestleMania 29 is John Cena taking on The Rock for the title. Made clear at last night's Royal Rumble pay-per-view after Cena won the Rumble and The Rock won the WWE title from Punk. This has been the planned direction for quite a few months, and has been listed as a main event in documents given to WWE's licensing partners. They got to know ahead of time what's happening. Unlike UFC. Anyway, this hasn't been confirmed, but a number of people in WWE production side believe that WWE and, believe it or not, Bruno Sammartino have agreed on a deal to have him inducted into this year's Hall of Fame. The deal may include something to where Bruno doesn't have to interact with Vince McMahon at all. Bruno has stated in the past that he would not be inducted as long as Vince was around, and Triple H has been working out a deal to get the deal signed with Bruno. Hopefully that's happened. If you remember when Bret Hart came back, they wanted Shawn elsewhere where Bret didn't meet up with him, see him, or anything. So they're going to do that with Bruno. I don't know. That's kind of a funny deal. Big old Bruno. He ought to just smack Vince and get it over with. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I got to go.